went to an amazing event over the weekend. The Harlem Cultural Festival Foundation. They had a screening of the movie Claudine to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the film. And there was a Q&A afterwards. Now clap if you remember Claudine. Oh! Diane Carroll. It was the legendary, late, great Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones. They both were nominated for, I think, like Golden Globes, and I think Diane Carroll was nominated for an Oscar, I think. Curtis Mayfield did the soundtrack, and I still remember it. Gladys Knight and the Pips were singing, "You don't have to be for me, no superstar. I love you." Okay, I gotta stop, because they gonna be intentional about taking that out of my paycheck if I finish that song. It was such a good movie. And after, because it was just about a single mother trying to raise her kids, and somebody, James Earl Jones, came in there and wanted to love her and what she had to go through. And after the screening, I ran into one of the stars of the movie, the still fine Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs. Woo! Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs, yeah. Can you believe he is 71 years old now? 71 years old. Let me tell you something. He's still the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. Lawrence Hill got good teeth. And y'all young ones won't understand this. I'm telling you, but back in the day, if you had a crush on any actor, it was probably Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs. Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs was fine on Welcome Back, Kotter. Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs was fine in Cooley High. Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs, he was even fine when he was playing Michael Jackson's daddy, Joseph, in the miniseries. When I tell you, I hadn't seen Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs, like, I've seen him on TV, but I've never met him. So when he walked, I was eating my catfish at Melba's, I'll tell you. So he walked up to me, and when I looked up, I was ready to give up the whole world for Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs. And as soon as I saw him, I screamed like I was in high school. He said, "Hello, Sherri," and I went, "Ah!" And I said, "Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs." And I kept calling him, Mr. Jacobs. And he said "Don't call me Mr. Jacobs." He said, "Sherri, call me Lawrence." He said it. He did. He said it in that sexy, sexy voice. Oh my goodness, so he was so amazing. And one thing that he said, in not telling Diane Carroll, rest in peace, her business, but if you remember Claudine, and I encourage you, go and check out the movie. At the end, her and her 6 kids and James Earl Jones, they got married. They're walking in the end. Remember, they're walking all together. And Diane Carroll looked so happy. He said she had like a few drinks before she had did that scene. And so she had drank and she was in a great mood. It's an amazing movie. And there was an after party later. And let me tell y'all something. Here's how I know I'm not supposed to be out late anymore. Because it was about midnight and I was sitting there and somebody in the band came over and he whispered, he said, "Miss Sherri, you gotta wake up." He did. And I said, "Wait a minute, what?" He said, "Everybody's watching you nod off." And I did not realize that I had fallen asleep with my chin on my chest. And you know when you're trying to go to sleep, but you try to look down so nobody is looking at you. But the problem, you be looking down and you fall asleep. So I told John, I said, "John, we gotta go home." But I had a lot of fun, but at this age, when it's time to go to sleep, it's time to go to sleep. Oh my God. I'm so tired. But I want to thank the Harlem Cultural Festival Foundation, and they're also going to have a screening of the anniversary of Cooley High. So Cooley High, another one, kiddos, to see is Cooley High. That was Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs and Glenn Turnman preaching Cochise. I'm telling you. So watch. You should have like a movie night. Let's Do It Again. Cooley High.
Classic
Car Wash.
Everything. Yeah.
It was the soundtrack.
Yeah.
But even with all of that, I hope I run into Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs again. My gosh.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.